Cancer, how you doing? Welcome to your monthly reading here on the Astroflowers for April 2024. Yes, I've done the collective reading, and it's talking about a massive spiritual awakening, and this could have something to do with what I've been talking about for like nearly a year now about the logical revolution that's happening. And in the financial sector, it's more of a case of there's a surge in finances. It's like a bubble that may go pop next year that's starting at the moment. So yes, just I thought I'd tell you because it seems to be affecting everybody's monthly readings. So it's good to have a heads up on that. The sun is also kicking in, so this is where things are really starting to progress, and I think this is what's helping the financial side as much as the spiritual awakening more than anything else. Let's just have a look at what's going on your flower here. So we got the overall energies here. We got the karmic message for your relationship side, the karmic message for your financial side, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Or you could be sort of looking at it in a way that influence from the universe, influence from your past self, influence from your future self, and the general sort of outcome. Okay, so let's just see what's going on for you on this lovely, beautiful day today. Overall energies, yeah, I think you've got this. I think you're picking up this rhythm with the sun here. It seems like that over your weekly readings, and it seems like you're stepping up a gear. And because you're stepping up a gear, the energy is reflecting that. And I think you're stepping up a gear according to you and how your happiness plays out. And the overall energies are sort of bringing forth a whole new way of being. And with that whole new way of being comes a whole new way of luck as well. And it's connected with all the different types of elements because the world card provides everything. So this is not just from one area in your life. It seems like every single area is actually, it's like the puzzles of the pieces of the puzzles all coming together. So let's just have a look what's going on in your karmic path. Ace of Wands. I'm curious as well. What was that other card there? Yeah, I think you're taking yourself to that. I'm taking that. You're taking, because it wanted to come out and it pricked my curiosity. You're creating this Ace of Wands scenario, out with the old and in with the new. You're getting very passionate about life because you're putting yourself as the central character. And I think within your relationship, and the more you do that, the more results you will get. The more that you'll feel a perpetual happiness within you. And it's making you more, the more you do, the more passionate you will get. And it seems to be that you're putting your karmic mission this month here is to put yourself center stage, basically, by the looks of things. In the first week, out with the old and in with the new, a whole new sort of paradigm coming your way. And with that new paradigm, leaving an old paradigm, it's not like literally you wake up in the morning, it's left. This is a situation here where I think there's still ties to the old way of you being and stuff like that. And these ties and these situations that happen within your relationships are actually pricking you in a way that's sort of like, making you realize that actually, no, that's not what I want. And that's where those healthy boundaries are coming into place. And I think this is how because you should be putting yourself center stage. Once you do start doing that, I think you're going to realize a lot of things that weren't right before with you, for you, and I think you will be in this first week. It's a real week of detaching yourself from all of that. Yeah, as I said, most, all earth signs got the Three of Swords, and you've got more earth in you, Cancer, than you do have water. On the Astroflower, you've got water at the top and earth at your base. But you do have a lot of earth running through you as well at the same time, because you've got Virgo that's running through that purer earth that's right next to you. No, it comes in through here, sorry. Yeah, it comes, it's got that sort of like right next to you. And so you do have a lot more earth here. So I can understand this. And I think this is what I was saying here. It's you don't want to hurt anyone, but you do need to go forth on your path. And I think I think it's more painful for the people around you than for you yourself, because you're putting yourself center stage. Is that a bad thing? Well, you could sacrifice yourself, bury yourself in a hole if you so desire, so everyone else can be really happy. You can do that if you want. It's up to you. I don't mind. You know, it's your choice. I can't live your life. You can't live my life. I trust you to live your life. That's all I can do. And when I trust you to live your life, all of a sudden it allows me to live my life a lot more fuller, because I trust you to be living it fully your life. And that can create lots of things for me. That can create lots of things for you. And because it creates lots of things for me, I can create lots of things for you. There's this whole sort of thing. And I think, as I was saying, I think this is more a case where it's affecting people around you in the second week of April rather than you yourself. And we've seen the Three of Swords has come out for a lot of people, happiness after difficulty. This is it. Put yourself center stage. You know, yes, you know, nothing. If I wanted a golden nugget out of the ground, I'm gonna have to dig a lot in order to get that gold, right? I've got to put the effort in. And I think you've done that. You've come through that rain and you've walked out on the other side into the sunshine. You've looked behind you, and that's what's behind you. You've looked behind you, and that's where you can see the rainbow. And all of a sudden, I think you're going to realize in the third week that this is what comes about from that sort of thing. That's for you, for you going forwards. Yeah, happiness after difficulty. Sorry, I've got the wrong card here. Yeah, I'm actually quite chuffed for you. I'm glad you're not putting yourself in a hole. That's absolutely brilliant, Cancer. So yes, happiness after difficulty. I think you start realizing it in the third week here. It really starts dawning on you, and it starts making that getting up every day is an absolute joy. You can't wait for the day in a way. I can't wait for the next day. I'm really enjoying it. That sort of thing. And because you're owning it, you're putting yourself center stage. That's exactly what that is. Out with the old and in with the new. You're giving yourself this direction and passion that is within you that allows you to own your future. The King of Wands is an incredibly vibrant character, but this is what I'm saying, is like you're waking up the next day and you've got the grit between your teeth, and that's what the King of Wands has. He wakes up in the morning and he's off on his pathway. He knows where he's going. He's gone way past courage. He's gone into confidence, and he's built that confidence, because that's what confidence is. Confidence is when we do something and then we got the confidence to do it again. So the first time we do something, you need courage. And he's already conquered his courage, and he's conquered his doubts, and now he's moving into the confident flow. And I think this is where you get the courage in the second and third week to walk through that cloud towards that sunshine is really good for you. And you're going to really, really own it in regards to your relationships that are all around you. Okay. On your financial side, on your karmic path, you get the Page of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of ideas. And I think, as I said, with the monthly reading and the collective, there's this bubble of finances that just sort of like, woo, but it's not going to last. Make hay while the sun shines. And this is also tied into this new world, this sort of new dimension that you're going into. So there's this month here is to play with your ideas, chuck them out there, see what works, see what's possible, get really creative mentally in the way in which you engage for your career path, your business, or your job, or your projects. Converting ideas into reality. That's what's on your karmic path this month here. First week here, you get the Four of Swords, healing, regrouping. And I think this is regrouping about you putting yourself center stage in a way. It's a lot more difficult to do that in the financial world, in your job and your business and your projects. Obviously, within your personal life, it's a lot easier. And in the financial world, it's a lot more difficult. And this is where I think you're getting back. It's like you're bringing things back to basics. and getting the foundation working right for you, and that's making you feel a lot more confident. It's providing a lot more ideas of how to do something that you've already done, maybe like gone on a career path or a business or a project that you've done before in your life, and this time round here you're regrouping so you don't make the same mistakes as the last time, and it's making you feel sort of you're healing from a past disappointment within your career path, business and projects, because you're opening up the ideas and you're putting your security at, that's what you're putting in center stage at the moment. The moment you regroup and you do these little things in the first week of April, yeah, the moment you sort of regroup yourself and find that sort of, I'm laughing because it's almost kind of like, I get this image of like Cancer just sort of sitting there kind of going, hey, it worked. Absolutely brilliant. Excellent. Right now, in that case, I can make that work. I can make that work. And this is where you start activating the Wheel of Fortune. It's so tied into that world card as well, because if you, if you look at, if you look at the, if you look at the four sort of phoenixes around the Wheel of Fortune, they're all four destinations, like the four elements here, and you're bringing them all together. And I think that's what's bringing forth, and it's the ideas that are bringing forth this change here, this Wheel of Fortune that you have a lot more control on, so you can accelerate and slow down at your own desire in a way. That's what I feel that's coming out of this, because you're learning how it works. If you haven't had great success in the past, I think the success is going to be really new to you. I think you've sort of, it's like you've wandered past a really nice restaurant and you've gone past their kitchens and you can smell the beautiful smells, but you've never had enough money to go into that restaurant to eat in that restaurant. And you walk past and you go, oh yeah, that's what I want. And you're close to that. So you go to another restaurant, which is also very good, but it's not quite the same restaurant. And here is like, I think in the third week here, there's a lot of things coming to the surface here that is, you're going over the line, your highest bar, as it were. You've set a bar in the past and you're going over that, and all of a sudden you're into new sensations, new successes for you. And it is a bit sort of kind of going, oh, I haven't been in this situation before. What do I do with this? And it's I think that's invigorating as well. It can be also sort of a bit stressful, but the way you're attacking it and the way it's coming in, if you can do this healing and regrouping and getting your foundations and realizing the control you have over your Wheel of Fortune, the Moon card is bringing things up to the surface that you are choosing to explore because of that, your karmic path. So not all of the things that you explore will work for you, or I don't think it's not that they won't work for you. I just don't think I don't think it's gonna fulfill your needs and wants out of your career path. And I'm not just talking financially here, I'm talking spiritually, physically, morally, the whole sort of thing. And I think there's some things that you kind of go, yeah, it was nice, but I'm not doing that because I'm doing that because that's a lot more successful. And you get the Page of Wands that comes out about it, turning your ideas into a very passionate future where you start experimenting with your passions. And this is what I'm talking about here in the Moon card, experimenting with your passions as you go forward, which ties beautifully into the King of Wands as well, for you, Cancer. Really good month for you, Cancer. This is your autumn period, and I think because you're 3 months before your birthday now, season, and or you're starting to come into the 3 months before your birthday season, and it's that last bit of summer where everything seems to be right. The temperatures are not too hot; they're absolutely brilliant. People are still a bit more relaxed because they've been on holiday. You get that Indian summer feel to you about you. And I think this month here and this month here is going to set you free. There is no doubt about it. It's really going to set you free. Let's just see what's going on with the Light Seers card. And clarification here. 7 of Swords. I think putting yourself center stage in your relationship side of life, in your emotional side of life, is going to make you incredibly intelligent about what it's going to make you. There's going to be a lot of penny drop moments that you're going to kind of go, oh, right, of course. And I think that's what that whole new dimension is all about. On your financial side, that's exactly the similar, what I was saying earlier on about those new areas of life that you're going into that you've never really been there. You may have smelt them, or you might have seen them a long way off, kind of going, oh yeah. And now you're stepping through those doors into that that restaurant that you really want to be in, because you're playing a lot more intelligently according to your financial side. Yeah, look, this is what I'm saying. It's came out, and you're freeing yourself up by relationship side. There is something new, a real passionate thing that's coming because you are putting yourself center stage. The moment you start doing that, that's when you're going to free yourself up. You're going to set yourself free. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice. I've got loads of songs going through my head about freedom, and I can't get one of them out. There's too many of them. And it's like you're getting freedom on multitudes of different areas here. Good quality work. Yeah, I think you're going to recognize in you. This is more in you than people recognizing it from outside you. This is, you're recognizing you now, what qualities you have within you because of your healthy boundaries. And all of a sudden it's stepping you up a gear, kind of going, actually, I'm a fine catch. Any fisherman would be chuffed to bits with me as a crab, and I think it's self-realization here, and that does sort of like reduce the emotional impact in your life in the second week. Yes, it may affect people that are around you. Yes, you can't make an omelette without sort of doing it. What was I saying about courage and everything like that? Yeah, this is the card of courage, and you've got to be true. You've got to be true to you. You'll know it. You'll feel it inside. You'll feel it inside, and you've got to be true to you. As I say, no one wants anybody to have any pain in their life. I don't think the majority of people, and I don't think you want that either. And you've just got to stay true to who you are. Like the 9 of Wands are jumping out. It's going to help you. This is where you implement your healthy boundaries in the second week. Really put them into action, And yeah, this is it. The happiness after difficulty. It brings you a lot of healing from this situation here because you've taken the courage to do something. And with that courage, then comes confidence to keep going. And that's what's happening here. You're getting this healing session, this healing moment within your life that is allowing you to have that happiness after difficulty. Absolutely lovely. King of Wands. I think that's got to do with that. I think it's two ways here. It comes up with the King of Wands. So this is all about your passions and everything like that. You couldn't get more passionate than that, could you, Cancer? You're going from that healing for you, yeah, and then you come to that happiness after difficulty, and you are the one that's the driving force here. This is why I think this lover's card also pertains to you, that you are actually a lot more happier with who you are and how you apply yourself in your life. It's a real sort of like, yes, falling in love with yourself, which is so beautiful, because that makes everybody's world around you a lot easier, a lot happier, everything like that, because you're doing it for you. Okay, so let's see what's going on your financial side. With the Page of Swords, you get the Nine of Cups. With these lots of ideas comes lots of gifts, and I think these are the gifts that come out of this Moon card here. Okay, I think these gifts that I think come from the universe generally, come from outside you in the outside world, but also it's because you're also giving the world around you gifts. You're actually sort of like, you know, you're getting that healing, you're kicking in the wheel of fortune so it benefits you, you're using every aspect of life, you're exploring all new, brand new ways of being and stuff like that. And that's where these gifts come in, these converting of these ideas and, you know, into reality. And just don't forget how much you are actually doing in order to create them. So I would be very chuffed with you this month more than anything else. Yeah. If you want those new, you know, as I was talking about the moon, right? The moon is a very healing card as well because it helps you to see things. So it relieves you of anxiety. It helps you to see things that are hidden. So then that relieves you of anxiety because you know what's going on. And I think this is what this is all about. And I think this is a real aha moment in your life in regards to finances and jobs and business. And this is where you're really bringing forth um, your internal well-being, you know, in regards to finances. And it starts really kicking in your favor. Yeah. Ten of Cups again. Look, you got the Four of Swords on this side, and then you got the Four of Swords on that side. You got the Ten of Cups on this side, and you got the Ten of Cups on this side. I think your financial side and your relationship side, obviously, is you know, undetachable. It's connected, so connected with one another. And you are, through your happiness and through your kind of going, oh wow, that worked. Wow, what do I do with this now? That's that happiness, and that's through your happiness, you know, and from that healing after difficulty, you know, through that happiness and that the rewards that start coming your way. This is where you can really push the boundaries and start exploring a lot more with that well card. Yeah. This may be a job offering or a business offer or a project offer that comes out of the blue. It's like you've been past that restaurant, you're smelling that restaurant and everything like that before, and you didn't have quite enough money to go in that restaurant. And someone turned around to you and sort of said, "Hey, I'm going to this restaurant. Do you want to come to this restaurant?" Excuse me. And because they've invited you to that restaurant, all of a sudden you realise, and that's where you can connect with that other person or with a business or with a job or a project. You realise that you can actually you're now getting in a position where you can take yourself to that restaurant without having to worry about the finances of it all. And this is because it's a celebration of two entities coming together. Now, this could be two businesses, this could be you creating a business or a dream of yourself. It's like a marriage card in a way. And it plays beautifully for your passions, for that page of wands at the top. Oh. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting that. I'll tell you that straight. Okay. So this is how you're learning your passions. Okay. So what I said before is realizing there's some things in what you experiment with that you might kind of turn around and kind of go, oh yeah, that's all really nice, it works and everything, but it's not my thing. That's because you're emotionally detached to it. And I think here is you've got to understand here that exploring this is a page. These two pages here, what you're converting your ideas into your passion, yeah. This page here is learning a lot. Now, when you're learning something, you're gonna get things wrong. Otherwise you will not learn. We all learn through that. You know, once you do that, that's when if you take out the emotions of when you're trying things. So you should really try something and kind of go, oh, didn't work. That's okay, because that did. All right, I'm going there. And that's where the Nine of Cups comes into play. So I think this card here, because it's a clarification card as well, it's not what's actually happening. It's more sort of like the influences of what is happening. As you're playing with your passions, don't apply, don't attach emotions and to it, sort of saying, if this doesn't work, it's the end of everything, sort of scenario. Do not attach it like that. Be completely detached from it all, rather than anything else. If it was on your relationship side again, it would be a different sort of card, but it's not. It's just, Three of Swords with the financial side is like the end of that. I think that's signifying almost like the end of that, any sort of something that you've healed from. And I think this is maybe the realization in this, and you're being a lot more sort of, it's making you a lot more professional, a lot more serious, a lot more organized, in your career path, and it's going to bring you the results that you so desire. There you go, Cancer. Thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate your support. Absolutely lovely reading. I'm still getting flows of beautiful energies from it. Yeah, that's your weekly, that's your monthly reading. There's loads of stuff on our sister channel, Cymatic TV, which you'll find linked at the bottom of the screen or around my head at some point. And that's a channel all about energy. We do a lot of stuff on this sun, on the vibrations and the chakras and the auras. We're going to be going into a lot more sort of like the spiritual side of life, guides, spirits, that sort of thing. So if you want to get involved in that, yeah, come and join us over on Cymatic TV. I will either see you there or here. Whichever way it is, it'd be lovely to see you again. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.